So yes, you can nest if you had that. You have an integral of an integral. Yeah, you can. No problem. You have to, well, there is a problem. You'd have to, it's a function of 3 variables, something like that you want. You can do that. It's a little difficult in Speakeasy. 2 variables are very easy. If you have just a double integral, you can do that very easily. If you wanted to do 3 or 4, it gets a little harder. You can do it, and I can show you how to do it. Now, if there were a mathematical routine in a library that you know you want that could do it, you can interface Speakeasy to that rather easily. I should tell you a little about the company, just a smidgen. We're a very tiny company by most standards. Our staff is less than a dozen people. And that may sound like a disadvantage. It's intentional. And the reason is that we are very, very concerned about support. And if you call with a problem, you'll get the standard response. It's this way, then we'll fix it. But you're talking to the development team when you call with a problem. There is nothing between you and the people who are actually developing the package, which means that they are aware of the problem if it exists and somebody else has reported it and what the fix is. We have one strong philosophical thing, which is if Speakeasy ever produces a numerical error, we send out new versions immediately to everybody. We have a fix for it. If it's something where it gives an error message erroneously, we don't consider that too seriously. But if it gives you an answer which is wrong, then you will get, every user will get an immediate notification of that. You had a question? I'm sorry, what's the problem?
One of the problems with Fortran is that you cannot pass the pointer to a sub.
I knew you were a programmer. What's the pointer?
Well, variable length inputs for a subroutine.
You want to pass a variable name to a subroutine?
Yeah.
You can do that in Speakeasy, in Fortran.
But you cannot pass, like, it has to be fixed number of arguments.
Oh, fixed number of arguments? Oh, yes, no, it depends on the Fortran. Most Fortrans will accept too few arguments or too many. They'll truncate too many arguments. You want to be able to pass different number of arguments. Yes, Speakeasy linkules will accept variable length argument lists. One of the things that's passed to the linkule is how many arguments were used in the invocation. For instance, when I said tabulate, if I say tabulate x and y, it tabulates them. If I say tabulate x, y, colon, and I put other things in it, those are extra arguments. And it understands which ones are the ones to tabulate and which ones are. Okay? So it's Speakeasy linkules have that capability. Other questions? Good. Is the break now, Joanne, or?
No, I think we should move along. Go straight for us.
I hope I didn't break your machine, audience. Turn purple.
Among the 3 speakers that were here today, I'm a newcomer to Speakeasy. Give me immediately an a priori excuse for anything that may or may not go wrong.
We'll correct you. Tonight. We're getting all the words I said.
Thank you. I've been introduced to Speakeasy about a month or a month and a half ago in Dallas, and my role in the company in IBM is to develop applications for financial markets. So this tool seems to me to be particularly useful for this type of applications. And various reasons. I'll briefly summarize them now, but I'll also, as I go along and describe 2 specific applications that I wrote, I'll emphasize why Speakeasy was particularly good for this type of prototype or program. Matrix operation is one of them, of course. The way it handles matrices is very simple, and it's very, very useful for financial or econometric data, where everything is grouped into sometimes